Hello everyone, greetings, my name is Luke Elijah. Thank you very much for watching this video. With me today are two lovely guests. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Lizzie. I live in Los Angeles and I work as a fundraiser for Art Center College of Design in Pasadena.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm a swimmer and I teach kids how to swim. I'm also an actor and an artist.
The three of us just came from a magical and transformational experience that's called Burning Man. And this year is the 30th anniversary of Burning Man, and we're very honored and privileged to have met each other in the same camp. And you know, this experience is beyond words, we can't hardly describe it. Nonetheless, we're going to try our best to use words to portray and convey to you the immense experience and life transformational time that we had at Burning Man. So for you guys who are thinking of going, right, hopefully this video will be educational and informative for you, right? You know, Burning Man is really hard to describe. To me, it's like kind of Mad Max on crack, mixed with burlesque and Moulin Rouge and steampunk, and at night it's like Tron. And you know, it's like you get a bit of like post-apocalyptic water world thrown in, and you're just shaken up. It's like carnival, it's vaudeville, it's burlesque, it's everything thrown in. And much more, right? And you know, we had so many great experiences that at some point I was so enveloped and smothered by love that I wept at this beauty, you know. And you know, yeah, truly, what's Burning Man for you, Lizzie? What's Burning Man? How do you describe it?
I describe Burning Man as like a full expression of an art festival in every single way, meaning performance art, sculpture, music, poetry, every single type of art, you know, dance,
music.
Everyone is expressing themselves in an artistic way, whatever your artistic medium may be. That's my short answer to a very difficult question.
Matt, what's Burning Man?
Burning Man is love and community. It's also the ability for people that are so different and so alike to come and to do so many different and so many alike things all at the same time. It really is everything and nothing all at once.
Right, well said. I know it sounds very profound, but truly, there was something happening 360 degrees around us, 24/7, as far as our eye can see. They even gave us an official guidebook of events, and you know what? I could hardly even attend any of those events because just leaving our neighborhood, right, was difficult because people kept inviting me into their camp and giving me gifts and food and drinks, and you know, I had so much fun connecting with all these random strangers from all walks of life, sharing with me their stories. And you know, I didn't even need to attend those events because I was having such a ball, right? And it's just unbelievable experience that you have to go to and experience for yourself, really, you know. And I think for me, greater than the art installations, the mutant vehicles, and those beautiful structures that they had there, to me the best thing was the human connection, right? Bonding with all these wonderful people who really inspired me. And they inspired me in so many ways, from their costumes to their dressing, like everything from their hairstyle right down to the socks was amazing. There's just so much artistry, so much creativity, it's a very bohemian, spiritual vibe about Burning Man. And you know, it's a day-night event, and the nighttime vibe is completely different from the daytime. Alright, and you know, what would you say is one experience that you had out of the many that you say would be the highlight for you?
My highlight experience would be, we had spent the evening roaming around in a, we had gone to hang out in a teepee, and then we climbed up onto a giant structure. It was called the Bird's Nest, and we hung back in these hammocks that were overlooking the playa, and below us people were dancing. And we then dismounted from the Bird's Nest, found a mutant vehicle that was then driving its way over to these catacombs that were about to be burned.
Pyramid-shaped catacombs.
Right. As the sun was rising, and this tribal music is playing, and this giant pyramids are being lit on fire with these dust cyclones.
The dust devil was beautiful.
Circling around.
Yeah.
And being embraced by my best friend of a long time and my new best friends on the playa. And just like letting all of my emotions go and just crying in the happiest way possible.
Right, Burning Man is really a social experiment that worked. It proves that a society can exist without the need for money. Everything is given unconditionally and freely, everything that you could possibly need, any products and services, and people giving themselves. If they're good at singing, you sing. If you're good at dancing, you do a dance for someone. Like, you know, for me, I was doing sound meditations using crystal balls. I was doing tarot card readings. I was giving massages. So I was basically having a ball, giving to others what I love to do and what I'm good at anyway, right? And others giving to me, like cooking for me if they're good at cooking, you know, and I was receiving. It's a cycle of receiving and giving, and you really feel completely good giving because you're also receiving at the same time. I think that's one of the strengths of Burning Man. And you know, I was just so taken aback by the surrounding beauty and love that I've actually forgotten about the discomforts of being in such a harsh desert environment that's arid and dry and super hot in the day and extremely cold at night that you need a fur coat. Right, Matt, what's one experience about Burning Man that was transformational and magical of all the myriad of experiences you had in the entire week?
The one that stands out to me the most is much more simple, I think, despite all of the stimulation that was there. It was a guy that we met that was lost and drunk, and he was searching for his girlfriend that had just become his fiance earlier in the evening, and he needed our help. And none of us knew which way to send him at first, but we collectively got our bearings together. We told him where to go, we brought him with us, and we saw him on his way. And his story about finding love and then needing us to take him back to that love, it really stuck with me. It's one of my most fond memories for sure.
Right, there were actually many weddings occurring as well, you know, and yeah, really so many events happening at the same time that I truly think that I only experienced 1% maximum of the totality. It's a huge playa, it stretches 70,000 people. There's a temple, there's a functioning post office.
Right, you can't possibly be everywhere at once, and I think that was a difficult thing for me actually to learn to deal with, because when I got there I had dog-eared all of these things in the book that I wanted to do on this certain schedule, and none of it ended up happening. And just becoming okay with the fact that wherever I am right now,
you were meant to be there.
Yes.
To connect to those people.
And like beyond that, like being, you know, not necessarily like trying to seek the next coolest party, that just like fully enjoying where you are right at that moment with the people that you're with, instead of trying to find the, you know, the coolest person like dishing out the funnel cakes. Not that the funnel cakes were bad, but you know, I think this sense of immediacy, that is one of the principles. It's something that you can only learn by being there, because you are so excited and stimulated by all these awesome things that you don't want to miss it. But you can't possibly be in all the places at once. It's just, it's not possible.
You know, truly, if you wanted just a spiritual experience, there's plenty of spiritual workshops and yoga sessions and aesthetic dance sessions that you could go to. If you truly just want a clubbing experience, you can club to the break of dawn. There's so many clubs, great music, world-renowned DJs, and you know, and everything in between. You can have also a hybrid experience, a little bit of everything. Right, and much more, really. You can't sum it up, you know, and I think everyone should go to Burning Man at least once. And I was very apprehensive at first. I said, how am I going to, I'm not used to, I've never gone camping before, and I made a lot of excuses not to go, and how I'm going to survive the dust. But you know what, at the end of it, I embraced it, and you know, I was one with the playa, And it really wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, I figured if women can do it, kids can do it, and elderly people can do it, so can I. And there's even
pregnant ladies.
Pregnant ladies, exactly. So and you don't need to shower as much as you think you do because it's kind of dry, and you need. If there's one tip I got to give is bring a lot of baby wipes. You need lots of that, and essentially. A lot of the things that they told you to pack and bring, for me, half of the things I really didn't need. Less is more, and but of course, essentially, what you really, anything that you think you need and you forgot to bring, someone of the 70,000 people there will provide for you. The supplier will provide. Of course, one of the tenets and principles is radical self-reliance. And you should try to be as independent and not imposing on others as you can. But if you truly forgot to bring it or didn't have it, right, whether it's batteries or something else, someone else will give it to you.
Yeah, like when we had actually bought a bunch of AA batteries, somehow failed on the AAA, and one of the other members of our camp had done the exact opposite. So we just both helped each other out when we needed.
Yeah.
It was like it was almost meant to be.
Right. What's one tip that you can give to would-be virgin burners contemplating and planning their first burn mat?
I would say, don't be afraid to ask. If you ask, then you can receive, and then you can pass that on, and that's the cycle. That's how you start the cycle.
Right, Lizzie?
My solid piece of advice would have a multifaceted answer to this here. The bigger piece of advice that I have to give is, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to go. I still kind of am. I love to have control over things, and this is a place that you absolutely cannot control anything.
Control.
And so, I really challenged myself, and I think that had I not had a very close friend going, that I may not have gone. But if I could go back and tell myself, just
relax,
go.
Yeah, just go.
It's gonna be worth it. You can't control everything. It's gonna be okay, and it's gonna totally be worth it. So, put your fear aside, because it's so worth overcoming that. A more practical piece of advice, I would say, for all you contact lens wearers, bring daily contacts, because I had monthly contacts and it was a nightmare. You can't possibly get your fingers as clean as you want them to, and you're taking this thing in and out of your eye. It's a bad situation. Really bad situation. Mm-hmm. And for ladies, put your hair in braids, or else you are going to have one giant dreadlock to come home to.
It gets stuck like a molding paste, right?
Yeah, even without, I tried doing a sauna, which was actually shockingly great in the desert. It released all of the toxins from the outside, the inside out. That didn't help my hair. Also, I took a shower in a foam party. Didn't help my hair. Only thing that will help your hair is if you braid it. So, unless you're lucky and you have short hair, just chop it all off and wash it out.
Well, for me, I would say, other than half the things that they tell you to pack you don't really need, right? Would be that you actually will lose a lot of things, and a lot of things gets broken out there because it's so chaotic and messy. And to bring duct tape, you'll find a lot of uses, because a lot of things get broken. You need to tape it, mm-hmm. right? And also, don't bring stuff that you're not willing to lose.
Yes.
Right? Because everything gets lost. Torch lights, goggles, dust masks. So what even at the end of it, I was so embracing of the dust. I wasn't even wearing my goggles or dust mask anymore. But it's a case to case, because you're wearing contact lens and there's irritating
I was
eyes.
religiously putting my goggles on.
Another thing, I went into Burning Man with lots of expectations, even though I'm not supposed to. But how can you not, when everyone keeps telling me it's a life-changing event, it's completely transformational, it's the best time of their lives. So I went in expecting a lot, and you know what? It met every single one of my expectations and much more, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I went through it, and that I went through with you guys, and I'm just so blessed. And if you're contemplating going to Burning Man, just let go, fully participate, immerse yourself, stop giving excuses, and just do it, and you're going to have a great time. And you will be making your own videos, and sharing to others your experiences. Make Burning Man your own burn, because it really is what you make of it. No two person can have the same exact experience, because it's just so grand and huge. Right? Any last words? Anything you want to say?
I think that no one, in the end, can tell you how to do it the right way, and that it's up to you. Don't go for the things that you bring in. Go for the things that you're gonna take back with you.
Yeah, I think one of the things is, bringing part of the magic of Burning Man into the real world and show that, it can be done. So by our example, we inspire others to be more unconditionally giving, to be more creative and expressive, and just to be a better person and create a better world for humanity.
I'm gonna echo that. Don't be afraid and just go for it. And like they said, there's no right way to do this. I mean, I would say the only wrong way to do this would be if you show up naked with no food or tent. I think that would really be the only wrong.
Someone would take care of it.
Then,
but then you're draining the resources of all the others. I think, but I mean, truly, there isn't a wrong way to do it. No matter how many, guidebooks you read or
videos you watch. Articles you read,
I certainly tried to read up on everything, but you can't possibly attain all the knowledge. Even after 1 year, I don't feel like I have enough knowledge to even be dishing out this advice.
Exactly. So you know what? Maybe the best advice is not even to follow our advice and to go experience it yourself, and then you decide what it all means to you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for coming onto my talk show, to both of you, and sharing with my audience, all this your experience and all these handy tips. We hope that you guys found this video educational and informative, especially if you're considering to attend Burning Man for the first time. So we wish you a good burn, and we look forward to seeing you on the flyer. Thank you.